Back in the mid-60s, Yamaha was still the new kid on the block. Honda had the street scene pretty well locked up with bikes like the Honda CB77 Super Hawk. But Yamaha had a different idea. Instead of building a smooth four-stroke like Honda, they built a two-stroke rocket. Guys, today we have something special. Yamaha's first real performance motorcycle. The Yamaha YM-1. Yamaha had been winning races on Santa Catalina Island, and they decided to lean into it, and they called this bike the Catalina. A lightweight street machine with racing DNA. This is a really good example. I'll show you some things that it needs as we look through it, but at first glance, she looks pretty good. She looks pretty good. Chrome is in good shape. It needs a bath, obviously. A bath, it's kind of a detailing, right? It has 7,168 miles. This is one of my favorite Speedos. You have the Speedo, the tack, your headlight bulb, neutral, and your charge light, your high beam. Key lives right here, right up here. And it's integrated right into the headlight. I love this. This is such a sweet design. It's so clean. I love the gauge cluster. The front end of this is really nice. We've got good wheels. We've got good chrome. Everything as we start moving forward. Paint's in good shape. As you look here, it looks like it is an older restoration. And I'll show you why I say maybe it's an older restoration, is because we've got like some clear coat failure here. You can see just a little bit right in there. These Yamaha badges always kind of fall apart. Oil tank on this side, dual Mikuni carbs. Let's work our way around. 305 cc, and you will notice that the Kickstarter is on the left side. I don't know what they were doing, but they decided to do that. Kickstarter's over here. If you know why they put it on the left side, let me know. So a couple of things that need to be done right off the bat is it looks like it's had a recover, but not quite all the way. We have the strip that runs on the side. We will have to pull this seat off and see if we can stretch it some more and just make it a little bit better. Just right in here, see that? If we can do that, that'll be awesome. And then, you know, it could use based on, it looks good everywhere. We've got some wear items somewhere here. I don't know how this wore. We only have, I don't know. Could use a paint on the case cover. Obviously the carbs look like they may need a clean. We may need to clean those carburetors, but right there, we may need to clean them. They look pretty dirty on the outside. Who knows what they look like on the inside. But this does have the Autolube system, so it lubes itself coming into it. But yeah, really cool. But we'll check it out, see what we can get going on here. Pretty awesome, these wheels. It's in great shape. It's a beautiful color. This is a really pretty blue. And it's in really good shape. I mean, really good shape. There's some, it's got some signs that maybe it's an old restoration, but then it's got some signs that maybe it was maybe it's original. It's like, how do you wear this? And the only way I can think you wear this is having a passenger sitting there and it rubbing against X. It's on both sides. That's the same thing with this right here. That looks like this looks like a wear item right here too. So I don't know, maybe This tank, unless it was an old, but they were single stage, and this looks like it's got clear coat failure unless it's got something else on it. But that kind of feels like clear coat failure. So did they just clear maybe they repainted the white and put a clear on top of it? Because you can feel a little bit of it right there. And plus our line is not super clear, super clean. See, we got a little bit, and I think there's some on this side that you can see, maybe not, I can't remember where it was. I thought I had a little bit of something. Yeah, you can see right in here where it looks like it's got almost 2 lines here. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird, this is a weird kind of wear spot, unless they just repainted the tank and didn't do this, or maybe just repainted the white. Could have done that. Because all the blues look like they match from the shocks to here to the headlight. So I was like the windows to the walls. But pretty cool, pretty awesome, really cool bike. Okay, I put some fuel, I put fuel line to it. I do have a leaky float, so we'll check on that a little later. But I wanted to check in here and check on the battery just to see, we may put the jump box on it, but let's see what we have. We got some business in here. Let me get a screwdriver and we can get in here. Okay, let's go ahead and undo this. See what we got. We don't have any tools. That's unfortunate. Well, let's pop that guy off. Let's see what this is. Oh, we got an alarm battery. Little 6, is it a 6 volt? I think it's a 6 volt. Yeah, a little 6 volt alarm battery. Got some monkey business going on in here. This is, got all the electrical tape in here. Let's see what we got. See if we can sort this just to make it a little better. I don't mind using these alarm batteries. Not sure what this is about right here, but let's see if we can just solder those two together maybe and make that work a little bit better. Okay, let's go ahead and get this guy off too, right here. It had some bare wire on the backside. It's still a good connection, it just had some bare wire on the backside. So we're just gonna put another little solder joint. I cut the end off so that we can then just slide it right over. I just really want to cover the end right there so we don't get any problems, especially where it comes. It easily get a short right there. So, and then just using the torch. Okay, let me go ahead and put this cover back on just to hold that in. Now that we check the battery. Hope it has enough juice to start it. That's what we need. We need to find out. Come on, you can do it. Figure out how to put this side cover on. I took it off. You saw me take it off. Okay. Clip right here. Look, clip it in the front. You got one of these guys. Clip it right in there, and then it just swings. Well, then you just have to make sure you get in the hole. That's what my grandmama used to say. Okay, now let's see if this sucker makes some noise. So let's see, like I said before, the key is right here. Turn the key on, we do have some lights. We kind of have horns, so I don't know if we have quite enough juice. So let's see if we can go ahead and start this sucker. Okay, key on, we got some lights here. Oh, there's headlights. You gotta turn the switch all the way to the headlights. So here we go. Charge, key on. Should we go choke? Maybe not, it doesn't seem to be working. Let's see. I did put on my boots, took off my safety Crocs. Hey, hey. Am I in gear? I don't think I am. No, I'm not. Just a weird kick. Okay, almost. Oh, come on, you sucker. Well, let's see if you can do it left-footed, the way it was designed. I am gonna hurt myself. Come on. Oh, come on now. Doesn't seem to be moving. What happened here? Okay, there we go. Let's try again. Choke. No choke. Oh, come on. Oh, that's what I was waiting on. Walk it off. Walk it off. Right in the ankle when it kicked back. Okay, this thing's gonna need a carb clean. Let's try it now. I got fuel, choke on. I always like the styling of these motorcycles, but one thing I don't like, Kickstarter being on the wrong side. And it's a short kick, which doesn't make it fun. Are we having fun yet? I can tell you, I don't think I am. I think I need some starter rollers. Okay, let's call the guy that this bike came from, just for fun.
Your call has been forwarded to
Send me the voicemail. Okay, here he is. Let's see. Hey, what's going on? This call is being recorded to ensure quality service.
Gotcha. What's that?
Not too much. Hey, this Yamaha 305, this Catalina. What was it running?
Dude, I just hit it with starter fluid and it started. And
Oh, okay. You just started with that. You haven't touched the carbs or anything like that. But yeah, okay. We'll pull this thing apart and see, maybe clean the carburetors and then go from there. Well, let's dig in. It sounds like we're probably going to need to clean the carbs because he just had it running on starting fluid. So we'll pull the carbs off and maybe check the air boxes and go from there. Okay, let's see if I can get it off by unscrewing, loosening up this guy here. This pinch bolt right here. Should be able to get that off. And then this one right here on both sides. Hopefully that guy's not super hard. And we can get it off. And then maybe unscrew this guy. Okay, so it makes life a whole lot easier if you pull off this cover, which makes life, that gets you to your adjustments here, but once you do that, it makes it a little easier to thread that out. So let me get the other side and I'll get back to you in just a moment. Okay, it's a little easier if you pull off these guys. Those elbows, they go in the back, and then this guy will come right off. Well, I say they'll come right off. I got the other guy to move. Come on. Come on, little, come on. You can do it. And then let's see if I can get out this way, or is it easier if I go out the other way? I think it may be easier if I go out the other way. Yeah, let me get this guy out. Yeah, I think it's gonna be easier coming out this way. Okay, let's check this out. Let's see how bad they are. Pretty sticky on the outside. Float's probably stuck because that's when I put fuel in it, it was just pouring out the bottom, so the float needle is probably stuck. These are pretty simple carburetors too. Let's see, what do you think? Oh, it's never good when the jet is out. When the jet is just kind of hanging out. And where does it screw into? Let's undo the other one. We'll figure out, looks like it should go there, but that doesn't work. I think we're missing something. Let me look inside this one. I'm gonna need to pull up a parts diagram. I am curious. If I was a cat, it would definitely kill me. I wonder how they knew curiosity killed the cat. Where's that come from? Anybody know? People just were like my grandmother. They just said wild stuff. And then enough people repeat it, and it becomes a thing. Like Bob's uncle. Or curiosity killed the cat. Or who decided that cats have 9 lives? We know they only have 1. Let's see what this one is. Let's see. Oh, yeah, let's see. Let's see what part we might or might not be missing in there. So I figured it out. My jet, or my tube, was pushed in. That's weird, but this guy was not screwed in all the way. This guy is worse than that one. This was obviously the left side. Left side being the kickstand side tends to be a little worse. Let's see, both. Yeah, floats seem to be working, and my settings may be way off, so let's just break this guy down. Okay, let's go ahead and punch this pin out, float out, needle out. It's that one. Let's do the same thing over here. Okay, let's get this guy off of here. Come on. There we go. Should be a spring in there too. No, no spring. Spring is right there on the plunger. That's it. Looks like there's one all the way down there and all the way down there. So let's get it. There we go. This one is going to need to be cleaned out because it's got some, it's all gummed up in there, and I'd rather clean it before I try to strip it. Not that I try to strip it, but that I strip it. So this carbs had better days, right? We're going to have to get the ultrasonic cleaner out. It's at home. I'll bring it back, and we'll ultrasonic clean those guys and hopefully put it back on that thing, and we're riding it. Never a dull moment with these old motorcycles. So guys, I want to thank you for watching yet another episode of Motorcycle Rewind. And do me a favor, like, tag, share, and follow us on Instagram at Motorcycle Rewind. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks again, guys, and have a great day.